Good morning, students. So we have started the chapter 9. So what is the topic of chapter 9? List, tuples, sets and dictionaries. Okay. So in chapter 9 we have started the list. So what do you mean by list? So list consists of many elements. So the elements can be of same data type or of different data type. Okay. So it can have all the numbers, or it can have one element as a number, that is a numeric value, and another element as a string value, like that. So that is a list. So we have the last video we have learned how to create a list and how the elements of the list can be accessed. As we are accessing in arrays, the elements in the list are also accessed using the index value. Okay. So for positive index also we can access the elements of the list, and we can use negative index also for accessing the elements of a list. So positive index starts with 0 and the negative index starts with -1. So from the first to the last means we will be using the positive index, and from if you want from the reverse order, from the last element to the first element means we will be using the negative index. So -1 means we will get the last element, -2 means the next last. Okay. So like that only we will be getting the elements of a particular list. So today we are going to see how we can in list we have seen how we can use for loop and while loop for accessing the elements. So now we are going to see how we can add a particular element. We have created already a list. Suppose we want to add a particular element to the list, how it can be performed. Adding element to a list. So we have two functions in Python for adding element to a list. So first function is append and the second one is extend. First function is append and the second function is extend. These two functions in Python helps us to add element to a particular list. So append function means, what is the difference between these two is, append function is used for adding only one element to a list, but extend function means we can add more than one element to the particular already created list. So only for adding only one element. For adding more than one element. Can you find the difference? So append function and extend function are the two functions. So we will be using append function for append, so adding only one element, and extend function for adding more than one element. So let us see how we can, suppose I am having a list 1 equal to I am having some elements. 10, 20, 30, 40. Clear? I am having a list like this. So list 1 is equal to 10, 20, 30 and 40. So now I want to add one element. I am having only, consider this as the marks, or consider this as a marks for 50, okay, or 4 students. Suppose I am having a 5 students in a class and I want to add another element. Then how I can add? List 1 dot, for which list you are going to add the extra element. So list 1 dot append, what is the element you are going to add? Let me have 50. Clear? So if I have created a list, and in the next line I am giving list 1 dot append 50, and in the next line if I am asking to print list 1, print list 1 I have given. So what will be the values? 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay students, so list 1, first I have created a list with the name list 1 and it has 4 elements 10, 20, 30 and 40. So now I want to add an element to this list. So already the list has been created. For this list only I am going to add another one element. So therefore I have to mention the list name. So list 1 dot append and which element I am going to add, and then print list 1. So 10, 20 means, so now in list 1 this 50 has been added. So that's why in the output I am having 50. Clear? And next we are going to see the extend function. So suppose list 1 dot extend. I am going to give many number of values means 60, 70, 80. And already I have created a list. List 1 I am having 10, 20, 30, 40, and with append function I have added another one thing 50. Now I am with the list 1 I am going to extend. Using the function extend I am going to add more than 3 values, more than 1 values, that is I am going to add 3 values. So now I have added 3 values to the list 1. So now if I ask to print the list 1, what will be the output? So I will be having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50 has been already added to the list. Now I have added 60, 70 and 80. Clear? So what is the use of the two functions? So we can add element to a list using append function and extend function. For adding only one element to the list, you have to use the append function, list 1 dot append. For more than one element, list 1 dot extend. Clear? So next there is also another function for adding element to a list, that is insert. So we are having the third one, insert. Okay, so we will be having this. So this one, when we are using append function and extend function, you might have noted after the existing element, this element, what the element we are adding, it gets go and add to the list at the last, isn't no? So after what element we are adding to the list, it go and fix at the last index. Similarly, what we are, if you extend also, after the element only it will go, at the last of the list only it will go and add. Okay. Suppose I want to insert an element in the middle between 20 and 30 or between 10 and 20, like that. In between a list is already existing. In that I want to insert an element between the two elements. Then I have to use the function insert function. Okay. For insert function you have to give the index value and the element value. Clear? So insert, so used for adding element at a particular index. For that only you will be using. So here we have to give insert and then you have to give the index value and then the element. So this is the syntax. So what is the syntax for insert function? Insert index value comma element. So suppose now I am having, already I am having the list 1. Suppose I want to add between 10 and 20 or 30 and between 30 and 40 I want to insert a value 35. Then how should my Python statement will be? So list 1 dot insert. So what is the index value I want to have? 0, 1, 2, 3. So at the third index value I want to have my element 35. Clear? So now if I ask to print the list 1, I am giving print list 1. Now what will be the list having? So I am already having 10, 20, 30, 0, 1, 2. At the third index value I have asked to insert the value element 35. So now I will be having here 35. Clear? And next I am already having all the other elements 40, 50, 60, 70 and 8e. So adding element to a list. So most probably we are having three functions. First one is the append function, second one is the extend, and third one is the insert. So append, adding only one element. What the element we are adding will go and add at the last of the list, last element of the list. And the extend also we can add more than one element, it also get added to the last part of the list. Okay. So suppose if you want to insert a particular element at the particular index value, then you have to give insert function. So you have to use insert function. The syntax for insert function is insert index value comma what the element you are going to insert. So list 1 dot insert, I am going to insert in the third index value, and what is my element? 35. So if I ask to print list, so 10, 20, 30. So 0, 1, 2, at the third index value I will be having 35. And next I am having, already I am having in my list these values. So between in here only I have inserted my element 35. Clear students? So this is adding element to a list. So next, once we get added, so you know if we have any missed one we can add. Suppose if I want to remove anything from the list, I want to remove a particular element or the element of a particular index or the entire list, like that, for what functions are available in Python we can see. So next we are going to see deleting elements from the list. So deleting element from list. So for this also in Python we are having some functions. So what are all the functions is, first one we have a Dele statement. Okay, Dele statement, and then we have remove function, and then we have pop function, and then we have clear function. Okay. So for removing an element from the list, Python provides us 4 functions. That is, first one is the Dele statement, and the second one remove function, third one pop function, and the fourth one clear function. So first Dele statement. In Dele statement we can delete a particular element from a list using its index value. Okay. So if you know the index value of the particular element, then we can use the Dele statement to delete the particular element. Syntax is, so Dele index value, and again we can have Dele, so we will be using the square bracket, and here start to end index value only, and then we can have Dele list name. Okay, if you give Dele and then you give the list name, the entire list will be deleted. So first Dele statement, in the square bracket, within the square bracket you have to give one index value. So when you are giving one index value, what index value you are giving, that particular element only will be deleted. Suppose we are having 5 element in a list, and if you want to, it is for huge number of lists. Suppose in a list you are having nearly 50 elements or 60 elements, and you want to delete the particular 10 element, then from starting to end, if it what element you are going to delete is in the sequence, is in the order, then you have to use the Dele from start to end. Suppose I give from 2 to 5 means from 2 to 5 the elements will be deleted. And next delete list name means the entire list will be deleted. So there will not be any such list existing thereafter. Clear? So first let us see example. So let me create list 1 is equal to 50, 60, 70, 90 and 100. So in my list I am having 5 elements, and next if I want to delete something, right, next I am giving list 1 dot delete 2. So I have given the index value 2. So what is the element in the index value 2? 0, 1, 2. So the element in the index value is 70. Therefore it will be deleted. So if I ask to print the list 1, print list 1, then I will be having 50, 60, 90 and 100. Clear? So now in my list I am having 50, 60, 90 and 100. Suppose, so this is for deleting only the particular element whose index is known to you. Okay. And next the start to end means I am having the same thing. List 2 is equal to, suppose I am having 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 like this. And now I am asking to delete list 2 dot del from 2 to 4. Right? So now I have given a start value and a end value because I am going to delete more than one element from a list. Okay. So now for what is the index in 2? 0, 1, 2. So from it will start from 60 to 3 here. One thing you should note, the end value will be taken as minus 1 from the given what value we have given. The upper limit minus 1 only Python will take as the end value. So here 4, therefore 4 minus 1 3. So therefore 2 and 3 will be deleted. Suppose I am printing the list, print list 2. So what will be my answer? 20, 40 and 100. 60 and 80 will be deleted because it takes upper limit as 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So therefore the second one and the third one will be deleted. So other 3 will be there. 60 and 80 will be deleted. So suppose I give 2:5 means it will take the upper limit as 4 and it will delete 60, 80 and 100. Clear? So let me have the same list. Suppose I am giving list 2 dot del let me create another list, list 2 is equal to or list 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So now I am having 6 values here. Now I am deleting means del of 1 to 4. Okay. So 1 to 4. So from it will start from 1. So what is in the 1? 20. 2, 30. So it will take the upper limit as 4 minus 1, 3. 4 minus 1 equal to 3 will be taken. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Up to this, the first index element, the element which has the index value 1, 2 and 3 will be deleted. So we will be having 20, 30 and 40 will be deleted. So if I ask to print list 3, so what will be my output? 10, 50 and 60. Okay. So this will be my final list element. So because 20, 30 and 40 has been deleted. Clear students? So in the del statement there are three values in 3 ways you can use. So first one del you can give only one index value. So the particular element will be deleted. So from starting till ending you can give if you want to delete more than one element, but the upper limit will be taken as what the value you have given minus 1. So 2 to 4 means it will take as 2 and 3. So 1 to 4 means 1 to 3. So it will start from the index value what you have given as a start value, and it will take the upper limit alone minus 1. And last one, del list name. Suppose I am giving at the last del list 3. So I have deleted the list 3. I have created first list 1 and then list 2 and then list 3. Now I have deleted the list 3. Suppose after this I ask to print list 3. So it will show me an error. Okay, I have given a statement del list 3. So the list 3 has been entirely deleted including its name. Okay, including the memory space for that it has been created, that is it entirely delete the list. So therefore if I give print list 3, no such list exists. So therefore we will occur an error. Clear? So next we will see, so this is the 3 ways you can use the del statement. So first we have seen the del statement. Next we are going to see the remove function. So for remove function, for del statement, if you want to delete an element, you must be clear about the index. If you know the index value, you can use del statement for deleting the element of a list. So if you know the index value of the element, you can use del statement. Suppose you are not aware of the index value, if you want to delete a particular element, then you can use the remove function. Okay, so let me have a list. List 1 is equal to, let me have a string list Tamil, English, max. So I am having a list with 3 elements and I am having 3 to be the string values. So suppose I am going to delete a particular element. If I want to delete the max, let me have only 2 languages, and if I want to delete max means, then how my statement will be is list 1 dot remove, in the bracket I will be giving max. Clear? So list 1 dot remove max. So if I give like this, the element max will be removed from the, deleted from the list 1, and if I print, it will not exist. So I will be having only Tamil and English. These 2 values only will be available in the list and the max will be deleted. Clear? So this is for this only we will be using the which function? Remove function. And next, third one is the pop function. So let us see forward. So pop function also, for this also we will be giving the index value. It will delete the element which we have given in the particular index value. The difference between delete and pop statement is, in delete statement we can delete more than one element, but in the pop we can give only one, we can delete only one element. Clear? So the pop function is also used to delete using the index value, but in the pop function, using the pop function we can delete only one element of a list. So let me have list 2 is equal to 10, 40, 80, 120, and I can use pop function, list 2 dot pop, and I can give 2 or 0. List 2 dot pop 0 I have given. So I want to delete the element which is in the index value 0. So what is in the index value 0? I am having 10. So this alone will be deleted. Print list 2. So what be my value 40, 80 and 120. Because I have deleted the element which was in the index value 0. Clear? So the index starts from 0, so I have deleted only one element. So using pop you can delete only one element from the list. And next, clear. So this is also similar to the remove function, delete function. But if you once you give delete a particular list name, I have said that the entire list will be deleted. But when we are using the clear function, the elements of the list only will be deleted, the list will sustain. Okay. So, if a list 2 la 4, I am having 4 elements. If I am giving list 2 dot clear, this 4 elements will be alone will be deleted, list 2 will remain, that is it will remain as an empty list. Okay. So, if I am giving list 2 dot clear, right, and then if I am asking to print list 2, then my answer will be an empty list. This is an empty list. So list, if I give del, it will show me an error because the entire list will be deleted. But once we give clear command, the elements of the list only will be deleted and it will sustain as an empty list. So clear, students? So today we have seen the adding element to a list and deleting elements from the list. So we have seen for adding, we have seen append, command, extend and insert. And for deleting we have seen del statement, remove function, pop function and clear function. So next we will see list and range function. So we have already know about the range function that you have used in the for loop. So list and range function. So for list also you can use the range function with that. So for that, how we can use the range function? So range function most probably you will be using with for loop. Okay. So what are all the parameters of range function? So you already know, you have learnt in the for loop. So range, for range function you will be having start value, stop value and the step value. You will be having the 3 values, and which one step value is the optional part. So it gives the starting value, so beginning one and this one is the ending one. Okay. So for this you can also use this range function for creating the list. Suppose I am having for x in range, I am giving 1, 5 colon and then I am printing the x. Suppose I am having a Python code like this. So what will be my output? So I will be having, so I am asked to print x. So x in range, starting value I have given, ending value I have given. I have not given the step value. Which one is optional? If you want you can give. So here I have not given the step value. So my output will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So using for loop I have created a list. Next, if I am using the step value means, suppose I am having here up to 11, 2. Let me start with 2 and step value. If I want to print the even numbers, then it must start with 2, is it no? So I am giving print x. So for this Python code, for x in range 2, 11, 2. So here I have to keep colon and then print x. So for this Python code, what will be the output for me? I have to start with 2, end with 11 and my step value is 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So this will be my output. Clear? So using for loop, that is the range function. The range function will be most probably used with for loop. So you can also use it for creating the list. Clear? So next we will see range function also can be used for creating the list. Okay, creating a list with series of the list function. For that, what will be the syntax is, so I am having a variable, let me have, sorry, variable is equal to list and a range function. Okay, so I am going to use list function. List is a function, so used for creating a list. It can be used with the range function also. Clear? So variable is equal to list range. Within that I am having the range function. Suppose I am having a variable list or my list. Let me have anything. My list is equal to list function of, and range I am giving for x in range 1, 5. Suppose I am having this, and then if I ask to print my list, then what will be my output? I will be having for x in a. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Clear? So my list for x in range 1, 5, it has been created as a list and it is stored in a variable my list. So if I print my list, it will print the elements which has been stored in the list. You can use the range function with for loop for list in many ways. Suppose I want to print the squares of a particular number, then I can give like this. Let me have a squares. Okay, I have squares is equal to, if I give like this, then I have created a empty list with the name squares. So next let me give for x in range 1, 11, and then I am going to, suppose I am going to find the squares of it. S is equal to x double star 2. Okay, so I have to find the squares first, therefore x is equal to double star 2 means first x will be 1 square and then 2 square like that. Then I have to append to it, is it no? So squares dot append yes, and then print squares. So see, squares is an, first I have created a empty list squares for x in range. So I have using the for loop. So here I am having the values 1 to 11, that will take up to 10. So x is equal to x star 2. I am going to find the square of each value. So first for x is equal to 1, it will find 1 square. Then it will append, that 1 square value will be appended to the squares. Squares dot append which value? S value has been here. So and then next x will be 2 and then 2 square, it will go append to the list, and then 3 and then 4 like that. And at last I have asked to print the squares list. So what will be my output? So first x is equal to 1, then I will have 1 square, that is 1. In squares list it has been append, okay, list, and then x is equal to 2, I will be having 4, 3, 9, 4, 16, like that will go up to 10 and I will be having as 100. So it has, we have used this range function with for loop and we have used the list, using the list function and append function we have created for finding the squares of first 10 natural numbers. Okay, so 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81 and then 100. Clear? So this will give you the squares function. So today we have seen, what are all we have seen? So we have seen the list and range function, how it will be. So you know the range function, how we will be using with for loop. So it can be used with list function also. You can create list using list and range function, and we can use the empty list, and how we can using for loop, how we can add list to the particular element we have seen. So we have I have created a program for finding the squares of a particular from first natural number 1 to 10. So how we can add element to a list, how we can add more than one element, particular index value, how we can add an element, remove also. We have seen 4 types of removes, how we can use using pop function, clear function, Dele statement and remove function, and we have also seen the list and range function. So students, I think you are very clear about it. Go through the book once. Thank you students.